Hey everybody, Professor Steins here, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about FontAwesome. So FontAwesome is a pretty neat little deal. It's used for making icons kind of in a website, and it works sort of like CSS. So somewhere along the line you might have seen me run across Google Fonts, which is sort of along the same lines, where you can kind of create different fonts for your website and include them in, and this kind of works a little bit similar to that. Although, to be honest, this one is a lot more straightforward, where once you kind of figured out which one you want, you can kind of just hit the little select button, and it'll even give you a little walkthrough on how to use it. Now, the FontAwesome site isn't quite as straightforward, but we do want to kind of get started at the Get Started link up here at the top. And there's actually a lot of different options. So you can use it in JavaScript, you can use it elsewhere on a computer or something like that. But we're mostly worried about the web fonts with CSS one here in the middle. So that'll kind of give us a little bit more info about that. You can actually download the files yourself. But really all you kind of need to get started is this link right here at the top. So we'll take this URL and kind of stick it into our page. And I didn't actually create a file for this, but I guess I can go ahead and do that now. Just create us a little text file, and we'll paste that in. Now ideally this would go into the head section of your document up at the top, where your other CSS files and other directive files are going to be. But down in your body tag, down somewhere else where you want to use this thing, in body section, is really where you want to kind of use this stuff. So I'm going to kind of keep it short just to get this thing up and running. Now if we go back to the FontAwesome website and take a look up at the top for the icon set here, we're going to see that there's really a lot of different icons that we could choose to use. So this is kind of the set of them, and there was a way up at the top where you could try to sort them or try to figure out which ones you might want to use. So I might suggest using free and then looking at brands, and this will probably get us closer to what we might be looking for, maybe the Facebook icon. So there's really kind of a couple different ones of them. We'll go with Facebook Square because that's what this one looks like. And it'll kind of show us what it might look like on a different background, or kind of how the image is set up. But we should be able just to copy this I tag that's going to have multiple CSS classes on it that use the FontAwesome CSS that we included here. So we should be able to just kind of copy that and put that in our page, and then when we go back and run it, we should get a nice little Facebook icon. It's going to be kind of small, little small down there, but you could decide to maybe put your own class on it or extend one of these classes, and we'll just call it large and put a style block, or this really should go in your own style sheet, I guess, to dot large font size. We'll try to make it big, 3 EMs. So that'll make it a much bigger Facebook icon. Still looks like a picture, right? You could also decide that you want to make it blue or add IDs, classes, or kind of whatever. Up to you. That way you can make a Facebook icon that has maybe uses your own color scheme instead of necessarily the Facebook scheme. I mean, the image itself is kind of indicative, Usually you would put it on a blue or a black, because that's sort of how Facebook works, but not necessarily. Nice little Rebel Alliance, yeah, for you out there. Keep the Empire strong. You could try to put that one in there as well, and use the large. Give it red. Dot red. Color red. Now you have a nice little Rebel Alliance symbol. So anyway, wanted to keep the video short, just to sort of touch on that and FontAwesome and what it can do. And Google Fonts. If you didn't hear about it before in another video, then it's kind of cool to try out too. It's sort of a similar thing, except that you would add this up into the top of your page, up at the top, just like we used the link tag for the FontAwesome. We'll use this link tag that includes this text, and then if we copy this font style and use that in a H1 tag for FontAwesome or something, by default it's going to look like that. But as soon as we put that style, and probably best to do it in the style sheet, that way you could reuse it with a class or something, but you put that style on it and it's going to change that font to what was on FontAwesome. FontAwesome's got a lot of different fonts. So anyway, keeping the video short. Hope you enjoyed it. Hopefully it answers a lot of questions that students have about social media links. Now you don't have to use FontAwesome. You could use an image tag that actually uses that, like that JPEG image of that social media thing. But then that can get a bit difficult to manage. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Have a good one. Bye.